we're going to get to cooking a little bit later in the show, but first, dessert. And by dessert, I mean some quality time with one of the sweetest guys out there, my pal, Terry Hollimon. How are you, sir?
I'm doing good. I love being here, so I'm feeling great.
I love having you here. Now, we're going to talk a little Seahawks in a minute, but before we get to that, I need a you update, because if y'all follow Terry on social media, you may have seen that you had some really scary things happen to you lately. Two things in particular.
Yes.
You're lucky to be here. We're so glad that you're okay.
Yes. I feel very fortunate that I am here. I did have two unfortunate events happen in the last month. I actually caught on fire.
You caught on fire?
I caught on fire. And it's weird when you tell somebody I caught on fire, because it's not often in life do you get to say I caught on fire.
That's your pant leg.
But that's my pant leg. That's not shorts. Those are sweats. And I was in the backyard burning some yard debris and being uncareful and cavalier with a gas can that caught on fire. And ultimately gas got on my pants, and then Terry caught on fire. And I ended up with some very severe burns on my lower legs, some lower extremities. But I'm very fortunate because I lived to tell the story. You
lived to tell the story, and you were kind of up and around much faster than I thought you were going to be. I was like, what's happening? And so how was the healing process?
The healing process was good. I was fortunate enough to have some very good people at the Harborview Burn Unit, which is, by the way, shout out to the people at Harborview. This is one of the best burn units in the world.
It is.
Yeah, they were able to take care of me, got some great treatment, and I'm still in the healing process of it. Still hurt. It was more pain than I've ever felt in my entire life, but I'm here.
So glad that you're okay.
Yep.
And while you're in the process of healing from that, you get in a car accident.
I get in a car crash. So
not your fault either.
Not my fault. So 2 weeks later, I'm finally able to move around. I'm feeling okay about walking around on my leg. I take my son to school, stopped at a red light. Fortunately, I had just dropped him off.
Yeah.
And two cars in front of me in the cross traffic crashed. And they smashed into me while I was stopped. So I was minding my own business. I was like, what's next? Like, is lightning coming out? Something's going to happen, yeah.
I might say, can we get some sage?
Something.
Can we get something in here?
Terry, yeah.
No, I mean, wow.
No. But it's all good. Like I said, I'm taking it now as a learning experience. It was a test for my testimony. Isn't that real good? Isn't that a good one?
I love that. You're going to make me cry. You are always such a positive human. You are such a light. I'm so glad you were okay. I can't tell you how worried this entire team was for our guy. We love you.
Thank you, guys.
So much. So.
And I appreciate all the good thoughts and wishes and prayers everybody sent me. Thank you, guys.
And you know, it's hard to be vulnerable about that, like to share this. Like, it's kind of 50-50. Like, do you say anything?
I know.
I mean, I'm an oversharer, but like, it's a lot when you share this stuff.
When you come from the background that I come from with the sports and the football and being a tough guy, so a lot of times it is tough to share. But I think as I'm getting older and more mature and hanging out with people like you, I'm getting in touch with my feelings and I'm good with sharing it now.
Well, good. And you can always share with us.
Thank you.
My phone is always open for you. All right, well, let's talk a little Seahawks, because I think, it's time to find out what is going on. I can't believe we're getting so close to certain things, like the draft.
The draft just took place.
Okay, and we picked up 8 new players.
Yes, yep, we did.
So Byron Murphy was the first pick, which was number 16.
Yeah, he was the first pick for the Seahawks. Obviously, this is a great pickup for the Seahawks. We needed some help on the defensive line. You look at Byron Murphy coming out of Texas. He was actually the top defensive player on the board when the Seahawks got him at that position. So the Seahawks are very lucky. This guy is going to be a great addition to this defense. I think he's going to be an immediate impact.
Wow. All right. And he was, that's pretty impressive. So does Murphy have the potential to be an immediate impact player? Like, he's going to be in there immediately?
I think immediately once you see him get in the game, into camp, he's going to be pushing for a starting role. You look at the way he was able to produce in college at Texas. He's a guy that's not just a big body, but he's absolutely athletic, strong, physical, fast. You think of this guy, he's 300 pounds, right?
Yeah.
And when he runs a 4.8 40-yard dash, which is some of the guys that are playing, running back run 4.8.
Okay, like physics. He defies the laws of physics
He absolutely defies the laws of physics. And what happens is, on that defensive line, you got somebody that's big and that strong and that fast. he's going to require more than one person to block him. So it's going to free up a lot of other things, a lot of other defensive players and linebackers to make plays. And if you look at the Seahawks the past couple of years, we've been at the bottom of the barrel when it comes to rushing defense.
Oh, yeah, that's what they were saying. I remember you saying that all these years. See, I listen.
See, I know she does. She
I
pays
do
attention
listen.
to the sports ball.
I do. I'm getting so good at sports ball.
Yeah.
By the way, this was Byron's post here. Tell me about this.
Yeah, so look, they're making early predictions. This is on the NFL Instagram account. They made early predictions for the Defensive Rookie of the Year, and they have all these guys listed in there. Latu from UCLA, Turner, and they left him off there. The first defensive guy picked on the board in the NFL, they left off Byron Murphy. So Byron Murphy retweeted it here and says, bet?
Bet? I like it.
Bet. And for those who don't understand bet, that's like saying, oh yeah? You leave? Oh yeah? You're going to leave me off? I got something to show you. So Mr. Murphy is coming in with a little chip on his shoulder, which is something that you really want from your defensive lineman.
That's good. You want that fire in the belly. All right, let's talk about why he was available actually at all for the Seahawks pick number 16, because he's good. I'm surprised he didn't get snatched up earlier.
Right.
But there was a crazy early run on quarterbacks in this draft, including your guy, Michael Penix.
Yeah, there was a huge run on the quarterbacks. 6 of them got drafted early in the draft, and we didn't think that many were going to go. People were talking about Michael Penix, and some people were even saying maybe second round, maybe even later, just because of the injuries that he had. And I was talking to people all year long, like, are you crazy? Do you see what this guy does?
Yeah.
You know, he's put up the most numbers passing for the last 2 years in college football. And they went and got him early in the draft. The Atlanta Falcons, they tricked everybody, fooled everybody. They went out and picked him up early. So I'm happy for him. A lot of people in Atlanta are confused because they just went out in the offseason and picked up a new quarterback, Kirk Cousins, who's been around for a while, and paid him $100+ million. And yeah, they went and got out Michael Penix as a rookie in the draft.
Okay, so he's not going to actually be playing. We're not going to see him starting then.
We don't think so.
Okay.
But the NFL, anything can happen, right? Kirk Cousins, they're going to try to get the money worth out of him at first, of course.
I see that.
But in this situation, it's a situation where Michael Penix can come in and learn under a veteran quarterback, and in a couple of years from now, probably take over.
Okay. We only have time for one more question. I just want to ask about the. I can't decide. Do I want to ask about the Huskies or what happens? Big needs that remain.
Ask about the Huskies.
All right. Tell me about the Huskies.
The Dogs had so many guys drafted in the NFL this year in the draft. 10 guys got drafted. We had a bunch of guys get drafted in the first round, including a bunch of guys in this picture with me here. Michael Penix Jr., of course, who we just talked about, the Huskies quarterback. He was selected 8th overall. And then right beside him, Rome Odunze, the wide receiver, he was selected 9th. So 8th and 9th picked in the overall draft are right there with me, as well as Jalen Polk and Jalen McMillan. All Huskies, all Dogs, all NFL players.
My son was at the game on Friday. And he was all. Okay, anyway, I get a little more time since the producer. So back to the Seahawks. Let's take a look at all 8 players that the Seahawks drafted. Who are the most excited on here? We only have a little bit of time.
Well, of course, it's Byron Murphy. He's the number one guy we want to see. He's going to make an immediate impact. Another guy that they're going to like to see is Christian Haynes, offensive lineman out of University of Connecticut. I think he's going to get a chance to come in here and fight for a starting position right away, which is going to be important for the Seahawks because last year we had a lot of injuries on that offensive line, a lot of inconsistency, so I like to see that.
All right. So good. Thank you so much. I'm so excited. I'm so excited you're okay. I'm so excited Hawk Zone is back on.